Hey guys, I'm back with you, and it's Cam for 15, and I'm back at it with another video for you guys. And here we are back with part 4, Arrow episode 8, of the crossover. So how I'm actually gonna do this is I thought about this, like I was just gonna combine part 4 and 5 in one video tonight, but actually I'm just gonna split them up in two different videos and just upload both the videos um, to YouTube later tonight. Anyways, as you guys can see, I'm in a new setup again, back here in my dorm room, making videos because school's back up for college students after the winter break. But like I said, as terms of videos and stuff like that, won't be any differences. You'll see more of the Red Wolf slash Denzel if you check out my other content. Which regards to really anime and stuff like that. But other than that, let's talk really about Arrow and or about part 4, the crossover. Now I won't give my initial thoughts of the full thing of Crisis on Infinite Earths until the part 5 video, which will be the next video after I'm done making this one. So if you want to get my thoughts on the crossover as a whole, make sure you check out that video when that gets posted to YouTube. I'm probably after them done making this video, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube as I'm making the as I'm recording for my part 5 video. But anyways, it's been a while since we've seen the Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover. Last time we were on Crisis on Infinite Earths, basically everybody got destroyed. They got dusted, essentially got snapped fingered like Thanos from Endgame, or no, Infinity War, and basically Barry and the others are basically at the end of or at the vanishing point. And yeah, so basically the episode starts off with Ryan Choi basically narrating the episode where he talks about all the other heroes like Supergirl, Batwoman, Sarah, him and Lax, John Jones, and how they're like, trying to, get out of the vanishing point and try to fix this whole issue. Well, that's when they cut back from the flashback at the start of the episode when it goes a little bit more into the Minder's backstory. And if you remember from part 3, he talked about how he had a family, he had a wife, and stuff like that. So basically, he kind of is the catalyst that kind of starts it, because him and his wife, who are, are trying to deal with this quantum portal that takes them to the dawn of time. And because they end up going there, and it basically causes antimatter, which is honestly the start of making the Anti-Monitor, because then he gets put to he gets transported to a different universe where the Anti-Monitor, basically an exact replica of himself, is looking at him, and basically goes on from there where he created him. Like I said, Ryan Choi, he explained what everyone was currently doing, and the fact that there's no way out of the vanishing point, because Barry tries to use the Speed Force to do that, and he's literally almost about to get into fisticuffs with everybody else, because the dude's literally like, I'm trying to get out of here, I'm trying to get out of here, we're trying to save people, and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, Barry, calm down. Sarah was telling him to calm down, and stuff like that. And then then there's a little scene about, I guess, the previous Spectre talking to Oliver on what he needs to do, and basically before the crossover, intro starts, Oliver shows himself as Spectre, and basically he, tells them, like, all this. Anyways, it cuts back after the commercial break. Oliver gives basically the power, gives Barry, after like monologuing something about, them, that they can, save everybody back and reverse the effects of what, the Anti-Monitor did. Again, a la Avengers Endgame. This really parts 4 and 5 are like Avengers Endgame kind of parts to an extent. And I only say to an extent. This was more like, I guess, the really Avengers Endgame moment, a final battle, and I guess the next part five was somewhat the conclusion. But we'll get to the part five part. But anyways, Oliver gives Barry the power. Or at first he tells them like, "Yeah, I'm still Oliver, but I'm something different now." But basically, Oliver gives Barry the powers, gives Barry, the powers to use the Speed Force, and he also tells him like, "Look, be careful with this new power and stuff like that." Even though there kind of was no threat, like they kind of didn't make no threat of this new power, like how it could possibly destroy Barry and stuff like that. So, anyways, basically, they split up into two teams, and one team goes to where the monitor was in the flashback at the start of the episode, which was Ryan Choi, Supergirl, and Lex Luthor to go stop the monitor from basically releasing the anti-monitor. While along the way, Barry and the others were going to go on another mission. I forgot what the mission was, but they were going to go on another mission. They get basically sidetracked with the anti-monitor attacking them. They all get split up. Oliver, I guess Oliver from the Speed Force or something like that. He's a part of the Speed Force, like one of those Speed Force talking people that's from Barry's memories and stuff like that. Tell him that he needs to pick up all the others. Kate, John, Sarah, him. I forgot the last person. I think that was it. And John. Oh yeah, and John Jones. Pick them up. Otherwise, if he doesn't, they basically will die, essentially, and they'll get consumed by the antimatter around them. Um, anyways, basically, I'm gonna get to well, okay, so Flash does the first thing, and the first thing he's in Star Labs, because Oliver tells him go to like places that where our darkest moments, some moments where we fought together and stuff like that. So Barry goes to Star Labs, and we get an Ezra Miller Justice League movie Flash cameo, which was very interesting to see. I did not see this coming. So Ezra Miller, who, if you guys know, if you watch Justice League, despite how you feel about Justice League, he does make a cameo, and it's pretty cool. And him and Grant Gustin go back and forth at it, like, you're burying. It was a really cool scene. It was, they probably had to pay Ezra Miller a lot of money to even make a cameo on this, and the fact that they got him in the Justice League Flash suit, I'm like, oh shoot, two different Flashes. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. Anyways, we cut back to what Supergirl, Ryan, and Lex Luthor are doing, and predictably, Lex Luthor turns on Ryan and Supergirl. No surprise. Basically, his thing is he wants to basically be the ruler of the universe or something like that. Also, the other people who are lost within the Speed Force, they do make they do make appearances in some moments. Kate makes an appearance when Oliver and Ray were talking out. I forgot what season it was in Arrow, but it's when, Ray, I think it's when Ray finds out that Oliver's, the Green Arrow, and basically that's when, I think that was when him and Felicity were going back and forth or something like that, and she was into Ray and stuff like that. Sarah's little cameo in the Speed Force is when she died, and Diggle and Laurel had the talk where Laurel basically commits to be a vigilante and becomes the Black Canary. John runs into basically Kara. I forgot the one crossover. It was the crossover with those weird aliens, where he appears when Oliver and Kara, obviously when they first meet and they have disagreements and stuff like that. And basically Barry goes through all of them and just picks them up every now and then. I thought the funniest scene was when, Barry was there at the dead, Laurel, Sarah's body, and basically Laurel and, Diggle were like, who the hell are you? And I'm like, wait, shouldn't they know who Barry is by now? Or shouldn't they know who the Flash is by now? But I believe that was season 3, so they shouldn't, so I don't think I don't know if they know the Flash by that point. But, found it funny because he just jolted and he made Sarah wake up and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get out of here," and he just rushes out of there. Anyways, basically, anyways, Ryan Choi. Cutting back to Ryan Choi, Supergirl, and Lex plot. Supergirl and Ryan Choi eventually regain consciousness. They go to the Monitor's place where he's about to freaking or Lex is about to stopping him from getting in from running into the dawn of time, and he's trying to do it him. Lex is trying to do it himself. Supergirl comes in and basically stops that, tries to put a stop to that. Ryan Choi basically tells the Monitor like, look, you can't do what you were trying to do, yada yada yada. And then there's this huge flash scene. They basically go to, like I said, the same exact place at the beginning of the episode or the same exact rocky quarry area, the dawn of time. And basically that's when they fight the Anti-Monitor, well, the Shadow Demons. And basically what they're supposed to do is just hold the line till basically Oliver, I guess, in essence, can remake the new Earth universe and refix everything. So Spectra, Oliver, and the Anti-Monitor go at it. They have like basically just essentially a beam struggle. And basically Oliver defeats the Anti-Monitor, and he essentially, to create a new Earth, essentially sacrifices his life, and and really that's where the episode ends. He sacrifices his life. We get another Oliver death scene. If you ask me, I think this was more fitting of an Oliver death scene. I think this was a good way, and even if it was a real Oliver, the Oliver, we know, I think they should have probably like made him die like here, instead of the very first episode. I think this death scene was better. The only thing that I guess sucked was the fact that the others weren't there. It was only, and from the others that means like the other cast like Diggle and stuff like that. His gang and then some of the other gang. They kind of just have really the two closest people, which are Barry and Sarah, there to watch him die, and yeah, and then like I said, that's where the episode ends. Um, Part four of Crisis. I thought part four of Crisis was all right. I would say it was an all right episode, but really, you know, this is kind of where, and I'm gonna get a little bit into the part five. This is kind of where the Crisis goes on a downturn. It kind of ends pretty bad. But the episode was all right. If you ask me, I think it's the fourth best episode. Um, like I don't see how this episode really topped the first three episodes. Looking back at it now, I thought it was a decent and fine episode. It's just, well, there were some things that could have that could have happened. You know, the action scenes were all right and stuff like that. The cameo in this episode was kind of just really, you know, on a escort pickup mission, and then fight the final boss. Well, so we thought. Um, you know, and stuff like that. But the episode was fine. Like I guess it was an alright episode. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. I would say it's a middle of the pack episode, like a C, just a regular C episode, C grade episode. There wasn't really anything. I guess there was a few cool, funny moments. The Ezra Miller Flash cameo. That was one of probably the highlight, if not the highlight of the episode. Next to, I guess, Oliver dying the second time. But I guess in essence, I feel like this Oliver death compared to the first Oliver death of this crossover, I don't know if it wasn't me. It didn't hit me as much. I don't know if it was for you guys. You guys can put that in the comment section. But this Oliver death, the second Oliver death, didn't really hit me as hard or shock me as, say, the first one. The first Oliver death made me feel some kind of way, and it shocked me. This Oliver Death, I was like, oh, he's gonna die again. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to feel about that. I was like, okay, part 5. On to part 5. So, yeah, that's really it, what I can say for part 4. Like, it was alright. It was fine. I think I'm gonna have much more to say in part 5, if you ask me. But, part 4 was fine. It was just kind of like the escort mission. And, you know, stopping the Anti-Monitor once and for all. So say this episode goes. Like I said, this episode was like an average of the pack episode. It's my 4th favorite episode in a crisis. Like I said, it was kind of middle. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It is what it is. I think this episode is one of those episodes where I think opinions can be either way. This could be bad or this could be good. So yeah. If you want to get my like rating, it's like a 3 out of 5. And out of 10, it's like a 5 out of 10. Just average in my opinion. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna make my part 5 up next. That's gonna be uploaded to YouTube while this video is being uploaded. So yeah, so if you like this video, leave a like. Let's comment you want to put down on your thoughts of this episode, or thoughts on anything else, like the Ezra Miller cameo, the second Oliver death, I guess the supposed final battle in this episode. You know, put your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. Also, if you want to get more CW content, you know, hit that subscribe button. You'll get more CW content. Whether it's Flash, Arrow, Supergirl. You know, I said I was gonna make a first half of Black Lightning and Batwoman, you know, thoughts. I'll do that before their basically second half of their seasons kick off. I will do those videos and get my thoughts on those. Because I know I said I'd do it, you know, stuff like that. I'm really pressed for time because, well, not pressed for time, but, you know, coming back into the school mode after coming back from break, obviously, it's like, well, you got to get readjusted to certain things and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, yeah, other than that, that's all I got to say. That's really it. So, I'll catch you guys literally same night. You know, you can watch this video right after. You can watch the part 5 video right after you're done, you know, watching this video. So, other than that, I guess I'll see you guys next. Or, literally, probably in your terms, a few seconds, if not a few minutes from now. But other than that, I'm going to get out of here. It's Camry 15. I hope you guys have a great night.